My name is Chikas Kumle. I'm from Plateau State, Nigeria. I am a politician and a gender advocate. Currently, I serve as the Executive Director for Women Development Monitoring Initiative, an organization that educates, advocates, and empowers women to take leadership roles in Nigeria. I contested for elections in 2019. I was a candidate for Pankshin South constituency to represent Pankshin South constituency in the Plateau State House of Assembly. In 2023, I contested for House of Representatives to represent Pankshin Kanke Kanam in the Federal House of Representatives. And ever since, I've been very active in politics and at the forefront of advocating for women's inclusion and participation in politics. The representation of women in Nigeria's politics is appalling, and it's a shame because Nigeria is a big country in terms of population and the economy. Nigeria's estimated population is over 200 million people, and half of that population, which is 50% of that population, are women. But sadly, the representation of women is only 4%. Which is to say that 4% is carrying a burden of over 100 million women. And we know that women are not only concerned about issues of women anytime they are on the table, they are also concerned about issues of children, the men, and the young people at large. So having a population where only 4% of that half population is represented is unacceptable. And that is why young women like myself came into politics very early to ask the question, where are the women? And we are saying this is unacceptable because we believe that the issues of women can best be addressed by women. And not just issues of women, but we want to have different perspectives to solving the Nigerian problem. And having a different perspective of representation means that we must increase the number of women in politics because politics provides us the platform through which our leaders are elected. And the politics has been over time, permit my use of the word hijacked by the men because they have made it so stiff, so difficult for women to emerge first as candidates within their political parties before they get to the general election. And this has been going on for the 24 years of our democracy, for which we say there should be a shift in the number of women, first within the political party structure, and then coming to having women emerge as candidates. Another issue is violence. There's so much violence in politics that it tends to send women out of the system. And these violence are used as a strategy. They are targeted to scare the women out, first of all. And another strategy why they use violence is to ensure that women are deprived of expressing themselves. Another issue that women are faced with in Nigerian politics is the issue of godfatherism. I mentioned the issue of a big, strong men in our politics, where the institutions are weak, but we have strong men who sit in their sitting rooms to determine who emerges at what level. And because this has continued to happen, we don't have godmothers who stand for the women because the godfathers always bring someone forth. And in the process, they impose candidates on even members of the party. And that imposition shuts women out and increase image portrayal of women through the media will help how people perceive women and also help the poor perception of women when it comes to gender roles. The portrayal of women in the media has not been fair, because anytime a woman comes out to contest for an election, the issues on the table, the questions she's been asked, and the questions and the factors that are being asked around her candidacy are not concerned about whether or not she can do the job. The media should start to be fair to women. They should not concentrate on their personal life, what she's wearing, how her hair looks like, and other issues that are not important to the factors and her ability to be a good leader. Another strategy that we need to deploy to ensure that women get a seat at the table is to improve and advocate for a more democratic internal party practices, because lack of internal party democracy shuts women out. There's corruption in the system, and women are not in that space to fight with the men within the political parties to get their space. The participation of young women is grossly insignificant in politics, and their representation in appointive positions through the executive arms and also within appointments that are done in the National Assembly are grossly insufficient. Grossly insufficient because Nigeria has a population of 75% being young people, and half of that population are young women. So young women not being on the table and not having their voices heard means that issues concerning young women will not be discussed and will equally not be addressed. I am particular about saying young people not being in this strata of leadership, because young women are the bridge between the young and the old. One other thing for young people to do is you need to build a network of like-minded young women, where the issues you'll be concerned about are not frivolities, but issues that pertains to governance, leadership, politics, and things that matter, so that when it's time for decision making or when it's time to have people elected, your own voice will be on the table. And it's important for young women to understand that they have the power to influence whatever it is that they have. So for young women in politics, you must be present, you must be consistent, like I say, and have the stay in power. When things don't go your way, like it did in my way, I did not win the election in 2019, I did not win in 2023, but for no single reason or for not a day did I sit to say, I am giving up. I am very committed to this struggle to see that we have more women. And as a young woman, I believe that I also have a responsibility to open the door and hold it open so that more young women will come in.